Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Hold the Ball. Hope you guys are well. Thank you again for tuning in. If you're new, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff there. It's been a while. Anyway, look, if you're new, I hope you enjoy this. We'll get straight into it. It's just basically my 5 top New Zealand Warriors players, right, for this season, leading up to this point here against the Broncos. DJ, hit the intro. All right, guys, here we go. All right, I'm going to name 5 players who I thought have been standout this whole season. You're right, leading up to this. I don't think it'll be in any particular order. I just think it's 5 players who I thought have been sensational for us and have sort of, been the cream of the crop, if you will, right? Being the good ones. And I'm not saying, they all have, okay, just to clarify, but you know what I mean. So, look, player for mine. I think it's Dylan Watene-Slezniak. Dylan Watene-Slezniak, DWZ, has been probably one of the standout players for the Warriors, or if not one of the standout players in the competition, full stop. His rise and tries, right, and just the way he scored those tries too, but the effort he has brought in the team this year especially, we saw glimpses of it last year, right, in a very bad team, but I think it's even more so highlighted in a very good team, right, to be fair with you. His carries, the heart that he brings, the mana that he brings when he puts on that jersey, somebody who's not scared to put his body on the line, regardless of who it is. I've seen this guy run at the biggest props in the game. I've seen him run at the smallest, halves. It doesn't matter, is what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. He has no regard for his body when he has that ball, and I really admire him for what he does, right? Whether it be scoring tries from a sitting down position, right? Or again, from the back fence, running it at the opposite winger. He just brings so much energy about him that can't be replicated. There's just something about Dylan that can't be replicated that I can see just sort of trickles down to the other players. And I think this year he has been so good. So good. The next player for mine, Addin Fonua-Blake, AFB. The Tongan International. Addin Fonua-Blake, what can I say about this guy? We all know this year in particular, before we sort of started our season, there was a lot of questions, right? What's he, who's going to be able to team with him and will he be able to have the same effect? Will he be forced to make those carries again, blah, blah, blah. Addin Fonua-Blake didn't just do all of that, but he did that and then some. His work rate, his energy, his toughness, but yet, that charm, but yet at the same time, just that, that added package, the step, right? He's been clearly working on his craft. Addin Fonua-Blake to me, he's the rock, if you will, of the team. He's the rock in the sense of, that hard, he's the one who's going to he has to do the most carries. He's going to have to try to do the hardest runs, right? He's going to have to do this, he's going to have to do that, but yet he does it so, without complaint, and he does it with so much strength, and again, just what he brings. The defensive workload as well is something that I think a lot of us may miss or not really take into consideration because he's got such a decent attacking game. But the defense from Addin Fonua-Blake is almost unmatched, really, when you consider his size, the minutes he puts in, and what he brings as well on the attacking end. We all know what he does now, right? The old little step, and then he scores a try, and he gives us the "Are you not entertained?" when the hands and shoulders are shrugged up, and it gets us going. And it's so good. I really feel like this year, especially, has to be Addin Fonua-Blake's best year for us. It has to be by a long stretch, and that's not to say he couldn't bring it in the other years, but you can tell now there's just something there, and Andrew Webster has unlocked it. He has unlocked it like he's done for so many other players. So Addin Fonua-Blake, Docs, you get a tip of the hat from me, brother. Good work there. Another player as well, Shaun Johnson. Look, if I just how do I say this? If I really ran through his history as a player at the club, through the ups, downs, the uglies, the goods, the bads. It could be a genuine good hour or half an hour if you really want to try and rip it out detail by detail. Look, the long story of it all is, what a comeback, right? What a comeback. We're talking about somebody who was out of favor last year. We're talking about somebody who even I was questioning his worth in the team, right, heading into this year. We're talking about somebody who a lot of us thought his best days were behind him. And Sean Johnson said, you know what? Nah, not at all. You haven't seen me at my best yet. Obviously, fast forward, back in New Zealand, things are going well. That the health is good, the mental health, all that stuff. And just look at what he's producing. He is giving us numbers and stats that are going to probably make him Dally M, halfback, and most likely Adam Van Blake too, Dally M prop. But you get what I mean, right? You get what I mean. Sean Johnson, he has risen. He has risen from the brink of destruction, if you will, career-wise, particularly last year, right? Admitting that he wasn't at his best, to just basically being almost one of the marquee players of the NRL, one of the most marketable players. And he always has been. He's always been marketable, Sean Johnson, but this time more so. He has rewind the clock, but then added a bit more experience as well, and a bit more maturity and level-headed with him, a bit of level-headedness, sorry. Sean Johnson, that the attacking game, the kicking game has been on point. Just his presence alone is enough to change teams. And I think that's so important. Like, if you're that type of player, then kudos to you. He is, if Adam Van Blake's the rock, then he must be, I don't know. If he's the rock, then he must be the cornerstone. He must be the cornerstone of the team, I think, right? He is so good. But Sean Johnson, there you go. Like I said, I can't explain too much because I could carry on for quite a long time. So I'll just give you guys the short end of it. Player number 4 for mine, Toy Harris. And honestly, I want to give you guys some honourable mentions as well. But Toy Harris in particular, because again, he's our captain. He leads from the front. He doesn't complain, Toy Harris. He really doesn't. Toy Harris is that type of guy that he understands the task at hand and he just goes, all right, let's do it. I'll strap myself up first like the mummy and then I'll do it, Again, he is a player who I'm sure is carrying a lot of niggling injuries, left, right and centre, yet just rocks up and he does the job and he does it well. Right, his tackling, his attack, again, his leadership. He's a player who, if you're feeling down, I'm sure, and a bit out on the field there, you just look at him and you get a bit of inspiration. He's got that inspirational aura about him. But this year in particular, I've really just appreciated somebody who has been all about the Warriors since he jumped on, right? No complaints, no nothing like that in 2017, 18, no complaints. Every year he's just done what he could. Every year he continues to try. No complaints, no hesitations, nothing like that. And again, just how good is it, right, to sort of see the fruits of it. But again, hats off to Toy Harris, right? Hats off to him, right? 100% mana, 100% heart. And like I said, I was questioning if he should be the captain, right? It is what it is. But look, good on him. All right, so I want to give some honourable mentions before we go into the 5th player. I'll name him by name, maybe even a little brief description why. Dylan Walker, the challenge set before him, obviously coming in from Manly, a lot of questions, where does he fit, does he belong, and he answered them straight away virtually. So kudos to him, right? Another player as well. Jackson Ford, I think a lot of players, there was a lot of doubt, a lot of fans who were doubting his signing, but he's just come in and he's shut us all up, basically. For his tough running line breaks, but he's just a very strong dude too. But I just love the heart he brings every time. Another one as well, Josh Curran. Josh Curran, as you guys may know or may not, he's my favorite player in the Warriors. I love what he brings every time. He's just got this relentless energy, almost a carefree spirit, if you will. That sort of translates into his craft, and it's so hard to describe. But I'll leave it at that. But I just appreciate him. And look, last but not least, I think for mine too is Metcalf. Look, I could name a few other players, I really could, but I think Metcalf for mine as well. Granted, he's been through some adversity and continues to at the same time, but during the time he was on the field for us, you could see the little glimpses of brilliance there. And look, I'm really wishing him a speedy recovery heading into next year. Obviously with the Broncos, so I don't want to think too far ahead, but again, all the best there, Metcalf. And look, I hope he trains the house down next season for preseason, because he's still my preferred 5'8". Anyway, the last person, who this goes to. It was tough, it was tough. Look, I'd even throw in CNAC there as well, just quickly. Charles Coulthard. Again, he brought, much like Sean Johnson, he's gone, he's come back with that experience, that level-headedness, that maturity, the defense game. He's been so good with the ball in hand as well. But yeah, look, full reps as well to Charles Coulthard, who continues to own that fullback position and makes us as fans feel safe, right? No matter what, we can always just trust him and rely on him. But anyway, those are the notables. Fifth player, Rocco Berry. Rocco Berry's had his fair share of, fans and I suppose non-fans, if you will. But I think this season, particularly being able to string some games, he has shown us why he should be picked, why he's capable, and why he deserves to be the man, right, to play in that position, the centre. He has been so mature this year. Now, granted, obviously, again, a bit of injuries along the way, but with the string of games, you've been able to see his defensive skill. You've been able to see him, his offensive skill too, being able to give Dallin some, good, decent tries, to be fair with you. But again, you're seeing somebody who is still learning the craft. Now, granted, he's got a rugby union background. I'm not too experienced in that game, but you can see what he's doing, what he's bringing to the club at such a young age. He's only 22, by the way. Remember, he debuted for us in 2021, right? So he was about 20 years old. So again, this is somebody who's learning his craft. He's got a solid build, and I just really appreciate, again, what he's been able to bring despite the injuries. I really thought that Berry was going to get dropped, along the line, but I think Webster's using him and he sees something in him, and I really hope that he continues to be picked, and we get to see more of Berry, because it's very good and it's very nice, all right? But look, all jokes aside, I just really appreciate what he's bringing on a continual basis for the Warriors. But yeah, look, so far heading up to this campaign here, those are my 5 top Warriors with some notables. But in saying that, give me your thoughts. Take it easy. See you guys next time. Up the wires, and just remember, hold the ball.